Hi, everybody. Come on in and let me know when you're around. If you're catching the live, woo, there we go. Thank you. If you're catching the live, come and say hi. If you're catching the replay, drop me a little hashtag. Let me know that you caught this. Do we need to know anything else today? I think the card has made itself known already. And let me know where you're joining me from. I would love to know. If this is your first time to the page and you don't know what this is about, then my name's Emma Starling. I'm the Inner Smile Coach, and this is the Daily Tap. And it's a way, I've been doing this for 6 years, and it's a way for me to show as many people as possible how to do emotional freedom technique, EFT for short, otherwise known as tapping. And what I do is I use like the affirmations, if you like, from Oracle and tarot cards and other sorts of affirmation cards to have something to tap on and to show you the tool, the wonderful tool of tapping as we do that. And so I'm just going to double check that we are, yeah. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. How are you, my love? It's great to see you. So I am using the Oracle of the Seven Energies today by Colette Baron Reid. It's a really nice deck. I love the way that it feels, importantly, which is very important to me. The back of them has that on, so sort of a spangled background with a rainbowy swirl, which I absolutely love. And then this card literally jumped out the deck before I could get a bit of shuffling done. And it was this one, Beyond the Ordinary. Now, you know, if you know me at all, what you will know about my readings is that the cards usually match my outfit. Okay, that's my sign from the universe that we are spot on, and that there's people in the crowd, in the, you know, the group who's looking at this, that this resonates for. Now, if you notice, it looks black, but it's not. It's navy blue. It's dark blue jumper, and I've got sort of like shimmery eyeshadow on, and you've got dark blue and shimmers and all sorts in there. Now, I love that flash of yellow, which to me suggests solar plexus. I love that. And then the head is just opening with all that cosmic activity. They're connecting to source and all of it. Now, you don't have to believe in cards for this to be useful for you at all. They are my favorite divination technique, and I really, really trust that what comes through the cards in terms of messages is indeed my intuition telling me lots of things. However, you don't have to believe in this for it to be real, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. And I invite you to remain open and to play the game just to see if you get a message out of this. So that card is Beyond the Ordinary, and the key concepts of this are the mystical, ineffable part of life, trusting the invisible world without understanding it, which is kind of what I'm asking you to do if you're not into this. Recognizing that some things cannot be known in advance, and they are meant to be grasped intellectually. Sorry, not meant to be grasped intellectually. And it's about the awareness that everything is as it should be, even if it doesn't make sense. Now, if you look at that picture behind me, look at the pattern. It's almost like that. Those squares are like pixelation, or, you know, thought bubbles or whatever coming out of my head. And then look at the picture. There is something coming out of the back of the person's head, right? So you can't make this stuff up, all right? Beyond our ordinary worlds, defined by our memory, our intellect, and our five senses, is a mystical realm of beauty, magic, and extraordinary potential. I'm just going to pull you closer. There we go. This is the spiritual realm, the quantum reality, called by some the great mystery. This place doesn't operate under the same laws we're used to, but rather has its own way of working that is perfect, though hard for some of us to understand. When you want to know what's to come, the nature of something, or where you're heading, it's natural to turn to a trusted oracle and expect some kind of answer that will inform your view of how things are, might be, or should be. Excuse the dog. Sometimes this is not possible because the elements cannot be named or are not even in place yet. Things may still be in flux, so you cannot know and may never be meant to know. No matter how hard you try to understand why something happened or how or when it will happen, now is the time to surrender to not knowing. The mystery is a mystery because it is at present unknowable and as yet unmade. Even its potential is impossible to understand. What is waiting for you lies beyond the ordinary, but it has not chosen its shape yet, its path, and the manner by which it will be delivered. Your job is to stay the course allowing whatever comes to be exactly as it will without trying to ascertain anything in advance. Now, there's a word for this, and this is the word that's been bandied about by, between, hi Doreen, hi Beth, between myself and a lot of my peers and close friends in the last few weeks, and that word is surrender. Okay, surrender. It's also about intuition, obviously, big time. But surrender is the concept that, you stop pushing, you stop trying to force an outcome, you stop, trying to put parameters on things. You just trust and you believe and you surrender to the flow state. That doesn't mean you do nothing. Okay. So, how does this resonate for you? What in your life is kind of just outside your awareness? What is it that you are, that you can't really explain, that you're going to need to trust without even really having the answers before you can do so? So place your attention there for now. Hi Donna, great to see you. Yeah, and surrender has been, honestly, and I'm a very practical person, so yeah, my woo is hung out all over the place, rather than being tucked neatly into my jeans. But I'm extremely practical as well, and I'll tell you something for nothing. The biggest successful business growth and personal growth tool that I have employed in the last, well, probably my entire life, is surrender. Okay, because I was a bugger for trying to force the outcome, trying to control things, and because, essentially in doing that, all we're trying to do is feel safe. Because if we control the outcome, if we can figure out what's going on, then we're safe, right? We can control the risk that might be coming towards us or not, as the case may be. And with this, there is magic happening beyond the ordinary that you can't quite see yet. And that's okay. It's trusting that. Okay, so when I ask you to trust the things you cannot see, what comes up for you in your body? Just place your attention. See, I just had a big intake of breath. It takes trust, it takes balls, it takes backbone, right? Energetic balls, obviously. If you're a female, you probably don't have them, but I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. It takes courage. Let's put it that way. That's a much better way. It takes courage. And so let's tap that in a little bit now and just see how it feels for you. Please excuse the dog. He's just mental today. Beyond my ordinary world. I know, Gemma, right? Outside of the eye is a mystical realm of magic and potential. In this beautiful reality they call the great mystery, lie things that may be beyond my understanding right now. It's totally natural to want to know what exactly is coming towards me. Hey, buddy. Because that helps me to feel safe. And part of me acknowledges that this isn't always possible. Excuse me. Because some of the elements are not even in place yet. Hi, Kay. Things may still be in flux. And maybe I'm just never meant to understand it in that way. But I know that now is the time to surrender. And surrender to not knowing. Just because it's unknowable and unmade does not make it unsafe. Hey, Lisa. And just because it has not yet chosen its shape, its path, or the manner by which it will be delivered, it has a distinct purpose in my life. And my only job is to stay the course allowing whatever is to come to be exactly as it will, without trying to ascertain anything in advance. All right. So take a nice deep breath. That card was beyond the ordinary. Can you see not just the matchy of the outfit, right? Navy blue to dark blue, but have a look at what's coming out of the back of my head. If you take that picture as an explosion of pixels or thoughts or those little squares in the picture behind me, and look at the pattern of what's coming out of this person's head here. Okay. When I see things like this, I know this message is spot on. I know this is what at least I need to hear today, or at least some of you need to hear today. And I know that this message is profound. Okay, when there's enough matchy like this. So, what do you make of that? Where are you stopping yourself? Because the only thing really, yeah, and the eyes match it too. Thank you, Lisa. I guess so, yeah, with the pale blue, sort of grey colours. You know, a lot of the time, and I'll leave you with this, a lot of the time when we can't explain something, when we can't see it in advance what's coming, when we can't explain it away and rationalize it and put it in a box with a label on it and it's all neat and tidy, we dismiss it, right? Oh, well, that can't possibly be safe. Oh, that's woo-woo. Oh, that's a load of rubbish. Oh, I don't believe in that. Whatever. That job's not right for me. That person's not right for me. If you catch yourself today in that pattern, I invite you to stop. And I invite you to come back to this and just tap on trusting that just because we can't see it and don't know how it's going to arrive doesn't mean it isn't safe. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's not in our best interest. And sometimes, and you can tap along with me if you want to, just under the collarbone here while we talk about this. Along with this kind of thing, oftentimes comes this feeling of fear because we don't know what's coming, right? So our amygdala, our threat detection center is looking for possible risk, possible danger. And it sees this unknowable thing, this thing that we can't see or control. And it thinks, oh shit, this is going to be dangerous. Now, there's different types of fear. Okay, there's healthy fear. As I mentioned in my free group this morning, I gave them a little tip about this. So if you're not in Personal Freedom Lounge, get in there on the banner of this page. And I think there's a button as well. You can click on it and you can come and join us in the free group. Amen on that. I've exhausted it. Now I'm just going with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. But there's the two types of fear, right? Healthy fear, which is, oh yeah, this is unknown. And I'm a bit nervous, but if I breathed into that fear and nervousness, I'd actually probably be excited because it's an adventure. And at the bottom of it, underneath it all, I know that I trust myself to make the right decision. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that this is right for me. That's kind of a healthy sort of fear, right? An unhealthy fear is the feeling of, oh, I can't do that, because telling yourself stories about why you can't do something, why you can't welcome it in. So I invite you to go into the free group and have a look at that little tip that we did this morning around 9:45. It's on the timeline as a replay. But also what I'll say to you is this: I'm going to be talking over the next sort of 10 days about confidence and about fear of judgment and fear of failing and fear of success and fear of rejection and all of those things that stop us in our lives. Now, for those of you in business, especially if you're an energy healer or something like that, it's so important that you don't let that stop you, because your clients are waiting for you. All right. So more about that over the next few days, because my new short live virtual retreat, the Confidence Catalyst, deals with all of that kind of thing. And I've got a beautiful deal for you. But if you just want to dip your toe in, then join the free group, Personal Freedom Lounge, and you'll see what I mean about this morning's thing. And otherwise, I will see you tomorrow around the same time-ish on the Daily Tap. So lots of love from me to you. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow.